Okay, looks like I had to start earlier than I expected. Because there's a content warning. I was waiting to get to some music, but apparently I'm not going to get to music before this. So, good morning, everybody. I'm Amber Glowbug. Welcome to Slay the Princess, which was gifted to me by Quinn, or Midnight Alchemy. I've never played it before. I've never even opened the game before. So, uh, Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects as well as parallax effects on rare occasions that has caused motion sickness in players. I will have to remember that, because those cause me motion sickness. You can disable them in the game's preferences. Okay, why is my entire screen flickering? All three of my monitors are flickering. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart. Why is my. Every one of my monitors is flickering. What is happening? Have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions, there are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story, which I don't believe. Can I get to full screen? There we go. That's okay. We turn flickering images off and the parallax effect off, because those will really fuck with me. I don't know what blinking CTC is. Okay, I guess that's... I don't... Opens the accessibility menu. Navigate the interface. I don't know anything. I have never seen anybody play this. I've never opened it. It's going to be a completely new experience. So here we go. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
You don't say.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Ooh. The end of the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad. Can't someone else do this? Forget this. Jesus, wow. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some reward? Thanks for telling me what to do. I've always wanted to off a monarch people revolution. Do I get a reward?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
What end of the world?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people.
I see that as a bonus.
You have to put an end to her.
How can a princess locked in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics.
Excuse you?
You have a job to do here.
What?
Just get in there and do what
I don't even know when I'm
needs to
getting
be
paid.
done. We're all counting on you.
Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
I guess. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Okay, I get it.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
I mean, I could probably ask her about that.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
I think I'm annoying the narrator.
Causality doesn't matter.
This is what I get for
because
bratting
the
in
end
a video
result
game.
is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Okay.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
I think I bratted too close to the sun. The narrator is like going off.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Can you tell me? Okay. I'll go to the cabin, I'll talk to her. If she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I have the chance to meet her face to face.
Then I I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies.
Sounds hot. I'm in.
And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Oh, I have annoyed the fuck out of this narrator.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
It's a nice cabin.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
You just told me to. Oh, it's voice of the hero. Okay. But shouldn't that be me saying things?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay, fine.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
That blade's about to fall off.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Like that specific one? I'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
My mouse cursor changed. Okay.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood.
It's a basement.
If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Rude?
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Hello.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Yeah, princesses are taught to do that.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Is the narrator like a voice in my head? Or like somebody following me? Because like he's really involved. Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Will it be rude not to?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Did she already break the other one?
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
Like the hero is arguing with the narrator.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
Okay, the voice of the hero is really taking me out of the situation, and I really wish that he would shut up.
Don't you dare.
It makes it seem like less of my decision, you know?
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Excuse you, I play RimWorld. Who's bothering me? But like, anyway, I don't like the voice of the hero. Like, that really takes you out of the situation. It seems... Fix that. Kind of weird. Okay, I'm gonna be careful, but...
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Oh, honey.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
No, I was trying to talk to her. I just didn't want to drop the knife to do it.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
You know, lady, this probably would have been less, like, tempting to kill you if you had not admitted to being a murderous thing.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I'm going to imagine that the narrator and the hero are, like, behind me, just watching. I'm not going to drop the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
What? I guess we're at an impasse.
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already.
Yeah, they're absolutely just behind me.
Or drop the blade. Do something.
Are you sure you don't want to talk?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You seem pretty prepared to
Goodness
die.
sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
I'd like it to be my choice. Shut up. This is all I get? These are my two options? Well, considering that she's threatening me, I'm a fucking satyr.
Doubt,
Whoa.
unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
What's with my arm? What's going on?
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Jesus.
Holy shit, that hurts!
How are you still talking?
Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
Damn. It's tough.
We can still turn this around.
Finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
Why wouldn't I make it out of here alive?
Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now.
I really don't like the narrator either.
Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job.
Our friend... Okay, how many people are in this room right now?
The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
That's not where the heart is.
Oh,
It will fuck things up, though. I will kill it.
The two of you fall to the floor.
Her crown didn't even... Her hair is, like, perfect.
this was fun.
If you, maybe next time we can do this alone, without the narrator and the
The
fucking
princess
hero.
gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
See, that's what would happen if you stabbed there.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
I mean, I would hope not. I've only been streaming for like 15 minutes.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The end credits roll. The fucking what?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, that's a twist I didn't expect. Hasn't this happened already?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
But this is absolutely, he's absolutely on the same road as me. Like, the narrator and the hero are absolutely with me. Like, without a doubt.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Excuse you, I'm not a he.
You know I can hear
What?
you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
Winning voice of the stubborn?
That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
Do I just have a bunch of voices in my head? Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Okay.
If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
What? A little presumptive?
We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her.
Now we're a we?
And yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Well, I mean, clearly they did. Because there's more of me inside my head.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
No, that means she can fucking time loop, you idiot.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
Well, that's not my problem.
Ugh, enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win. Nothing else matters.
Wow.
I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits.
Hey, let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
Oh my god. Who locked her in the basement? Where are we?
People locked her in that basement.
Was
and
it you?
I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
No, I'm fucking complicating this. I died. To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. Why was she strong enough to beat me to death with her bare hands?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine. Oh, this is maddening. Why do you keep asking questions?
Holy fuck. This
There's
is weird.
nothing wrong with getting the full picture of what's going on here.
Okay, finally he says something sensible.
Sure there is. It's wasting time and energy that would be better spent fighting.
Stubborn or bloodthirsty? If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why do I have to do it?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
I'm not so sure about
You're
that.
the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are.
I don't trust you anymore.
Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Oh, great. You got the hero's attention.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Because somebody bought me the game. You're being cagey.
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
Dying made my job more difficult.
What else would we even need to know? We've got all the reason we need for a rematch. Exactly. The less you know about her, the better.
No! Okay, fine.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Okay, let's go.
A warning before you go any further.
Oh, what now?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I trust her more than I trust you at this point. We at least had an honest interaction.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Seriously, voice of the bloodthirsty.
Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Crystal. Let's just get on with it already.
Like, seriously, dude, come on.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest.
What?
Its cold stone walls press in on you,
There's wood
as if
outside.
trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
So it is world swapping.
See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
This whole cabin is different from last time.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
It was literally wood outside.
So focus up. The world is depending on you.
Yeah, clearly the narrator is the bad guy. You didn't talk about the mirror.
That's because there isn't a mirror.
What?
There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
You already wasted so much time in the woods. Who even cares if there's a mirror?
Listen, this is my head, and y'all are trapped in here with me, okay? So, like, you'll do what I want to do. I'm gonna approach the mirror. Yeah, I care about whether I'm being lied to.
As do I.
Absolutely separate people, holy fuck.
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Yes, I'm hot. I'm gonna approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago.
What?
And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
Are we not gonna talk about the hand? You know what? Fuck it. I'm not taking
A
the knife.
knife this time. Right then, fisticuffs it is. Probably more fair to her anyway. Wouldn't want to feel like we cheated our way to a win.
Shit.
As long as you can still get the job done. And don't forget that the blade is waiting for you upstairs if you happen to change your mind.
Why is it stone?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
I don't think she lives here. She's trapped. There's a difference.
Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
You sound like the voice of the stubborn.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
I mean, maybe you are.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
It does?
Oh, it's you again. I've been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. But no little knife this time, huh? Ugh. I hope you're not just here to chat. I've been itching for a rematch.
I hope you heard all of that, Mr. Narrator. This is a lot different than last time, but last time definitely happened.
Okay, fine. Let's say for a moment I believe you.
What is there to believe?
For all we know, whatever happened to you last time was just a fluke, and beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember what happened last time.
You're outvoted.
Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
I didn't want to either. You look different.
Aside from your empty hands, you look exactly the same.
Yeah, I don't have any idea what I look like. So you remember me?
No, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again? Or are you scared I'm going to put you down for good this time?
There's no reason to be rude.
Are you just going to let her talk to us like that? We're not scared.
I'm not scared. Kind of turned on, but I'm mostly
I
curious.
think my position on violence in this situation is already more than clear, but you really shouldn't let yourself be goaded so easily. There's more at risk in this encounter than your fragile ego.
Yeah, like my life.
I agree. If we're gonna fight her, we need a weapon.
I don't want to fight her. I am really here to chat.
Why? You didn't want to talk last time.
Yeah, I
Are you
did.
scared I'm going to kill you again?
You know what? I'm gonna free you.
Free her? You aren't. I don't know why I'm even bothering, to be honest. You know the stakes of the situation.
Apparently I can't die, so...
Who says I want to be free?
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm fine right where I am.
Okay, hold on. Did you hear that? Maybe we don't have to do anything. If she's fine where she is,
We haven't answered in
maybe-
about a minute.
As long as you go back upstairs, pick up that knife, and fight me to the death.
Oh, no, right now. Okay.
Never mind. There is no happy ending where everyone makes it out of this place alive. You either deal with her here, right now, or she'll eventually find her way out. Whether she even wants to leave is hardly relevant. This cabin won't last forever.
It's stone.
Hear that? Between him and her, that should be all the motivation you need. Now pick up the blade and fight her. No, pick up the blade and slay her.
You're being a bit semantic, aren't you?
No, he's not. There's a huge difference.
I am, but it's an important distinction. If you're going to see this through, you need to hold the right intent. This isn't a sparring match. It is a lethal confrontation that will decide the future of everything.
I still don't believe that.
Fine. As long as it leads to a fight, do whatever he just said.
You know what? I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get the knife.
I'll be waiting.
You make your way back up the stairs to the cabin above. The princess, surprisingly true to her word, lets you leave.
How is she gonna stop me?
The blade remains where you left it, on the wrought iron altar. Great. Now
pick it up and march back down there. I'm tired of us constantly moving in circles instead of fighting her like we're supposed to.
I do not like you. I mean, who says we have to fight to the death, other than the narrator and Mr. Stubborn?
Me, I say that.
Staying up here doesn't solve anything. All it does is kick the can down the road. If you don't deal with her now, she will find a way out. Those doors are made of stone and she's still in chains. She's strong, yeah, but is she break her chains and smash through stone strong?
I mean, probably.
Wouldn't it be exciting if she was?
You shut up.
Here's another idea. What if we just leave?
Yeah, I like that idea.
Absolutely not. If you leave, she'll leave, and that'll be the end of everything as we know it.
You know what? I'm leaving. Like, this is bullshit. I don't know who you are or what's going on, and I feel like I'm being lied to.
I'm tired of waiting. You thought you could just leave me down here, didn't you? But I can feel you trembling on the other side of this door. There's nowhere left for you to run.
The entire cabin shakes as the princess throws herself against the basement door.
Well, that chain didn't last.
We're fine, right?
Like, what was the point of the chain then?
If we had a weapon, we'd be fine.
Yes, you should probably pick up the blade, shouldn't you? I know I'd feel a lot safer with it. Before you can act, another impact shakes the cabin, a massive gash splitting its way up the stone doors.
She comes.
The doors explode outwards, shards of stone clattering against the walls as
That's
the princess
hot.
emerges from the basement.
After everything we've been through, I can't believe this is going to end with you cowering in a corner. You're pathetic.
I would not be cowering. Like, this would not be me. That's hot.
We're doomed!
I'd be flirting my head off up until the point that I died.
In a fit of violence, the princess explodes across the room and closes the gap between you. She is merciless. With every blow comes a bloom of fresh pain, igniting nerves you didn't know you even had, your skin bruising and splitting and bleeding as her fists rain down relentlessly. But thankfully, you won't have to bear this agony much longer. Your body has its limits, and she has found them.
Okay.
I hate this.
I don't care.
With your body a shapeless pulp, her fingers wrap around what's left of your neck.
Joke's on you, I'm into that.
You disgust me.
You hear a snap, then everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay, I see the pattern here.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path...
All right, change of plans. We're taking the blade this time, and we're not hiding upstairs.
God, you came too?
Who cares about the blade?
What?
If we had a chance against her, we already missed it, didn't we? She got stronger, and we stayed the same.
We've seen her bleed. Whatever she is, she started out mortal, which means she probably is still mortal, which means we can win. We just didn't take things seriously enough last time.
I'm taking it pretty seriously.
If that's what you want, then fine. Enjoy being beaten to death again and again and again.
You're stuck here with us too. For all you know, we'll never get to leave this place until we get it right.
Seriously.
Well, this is just great. Let me cut to the chase. Clearly, you've already been here.
Oh, you're actually believing me this time.
Yeah, you think?
Actually, I don't think we have been here.
No, this is your first time.
This is all different, isn't it?
I mean, did you come with me or were you here already?
That's a good point. Everything here is a little off.
A little?
Yes, precisely. And if you'd given me 2 seconds to finish my thought, I would have said that.
Did you come with me this time?
Oh, you're actually letting me talk now. Great. If you've already been here, it means you've seen things you aren't supposed to have seen, and you know things that you aren't supposed to know. This doesn't look like a path in the woods if reality seems distorted. It's because reality is distorted. So you knew this could happen. You knew we'd be able to restart like this.
Excuse me?
Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
I don't believe you. You've lied to me every step of the way. Alright. There's a lot of you here. I'm in charge.
So what if I'm speaking my mind? It's not like I've ever really got to say anything.
'Cause you're new, bitch.
Let's keep it that way. I don't trust this one.
I don't like you.
I don't think you have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever going to change.
Well, at least one of you learns to listen. Alright, we might as well go to the cabin.
Good. We're all on the same page.
I don't know, because the floor is really gross. Also, the cabin is still wood.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path.
I think the
staring at
cabin
on
is the
hill.
elder being here.
You'll find the princess within, as I'm sure you already know. End her. That's it.
I'll think about
No
it.
final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
I don't know, because I can't believe anything you're saying.
That's fine by me. Let's get moving. I'm itching for a rematch.
You know we're just gonna die again.
The interior of the cabin is a place that
Jesus!
feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction,
Mirror again.
carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight. But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it.
I'll say.
A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat.
I mean, I saw this on RimWorld, and I didn't like it then either.
That's horrible. It doesn't matter.
It kinda matters!
The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, you didn't mention the mirror last time either.
A mirror? There is no mirror.
There you go.
We've done this already. Try to keep up. The repetition is maddening.
I can't believe I'm agreeing with him.
I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror because I would know if there was a mirror. You're either seeing things or you're confused on the definitions of door and mirror. Or you're seeing things. That seems far more likely. What are you trying to say exactly?
Don't threaten the other voice in my head. What are you gonna do, beat me up?
He thinks with us that we're succumbing to madness, that something in us is broken.
I mean, we died a couple times. That's bound to fuck some things up.
That's an unnecessarily melodramatic way to describe a hallucination, but sure. I'm not going to waste time arguing with any of you.
Yeah, you are.
It went away after we touched it last time. Let's just do it again.
Alright, well, first off, I'm taking the knife.
You take the blade from the pedestal. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Nothing feels better than gripping cold steel.
I can think of a lot of things that feel better than that.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you? How strange. It really is just like last time. Are we really hallucinating? Why here? Why now?
The music is quite loud. Can I turn that down a little?
Let's just smash it and get it over with. I'm ready to get violent.
Actually kind of agreeing with him.
We won't be able to see what's in there if we smash it. Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna wipe the you know what? No, I'm gonna smash it.
You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement.
Yeah, it's illusionary. Okay.
As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead.
Okay.
Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness.
I skipped whatever who was talking there.
The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high-vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic.
I really should have brought a condom.
Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
And so you've returned. Do you intend to cower and hide again? Or have you finally decided to try and kill me?
I've tried
I think
both.
you'll find it won't be so simple. I've changed. The way your body broke and bled against the walls of this temple, it woke something in me.
Temple, huh? Interesting.
That wasn't a fight. It was something worse. I'm something worse now. Why don't you come down and see what you've made of me?
I haven't got anywhere else.
But I don't want to see what we made. Can't we just give up? Blade, no blade, it's all the same. We can't beat her. Not anymore.
I mean, we'll do what the storyline says.
We can. You're just a quitter. I want to see.
Gotta admit, I'm curious.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bones.
She's getting hotter!
The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Skull Fairy, hi, how you doing, honey? Thank you so much for the raid. Let's do some shout outs here, even though nobody, it's just you and me here, but whatever. There we go. So yeah, like, she's just getting hotter. Like,
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
I guess you're gonna try and kill me again.
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them.
Yeah, and I already know they don't
Half
matter.
around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh.
Enjoy your lurking. Enjoy your blinking.
And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings.
God, why does that turn me on? Fuck. I have issues.
She is loose, and she is coming for you.
What can we even do against someone like her? She has such power, such beauty.
She has the Darkest Dungeon crown on.
Stop that. We can win. We just have to lose our fear.
I'm not scared. I can't be scared. We're just gonna keep doing this over and over again, so I'm sorry.
If you're sorry, then you'll stand and fight.
Why do you want to fight as much as that other voice?
I don't want a sniveling coward. I want to squeeze the life out of a ferocious heart.
You've got your own. It's right there.
She bounds across the room, her fists ready, her heart set upon your destruction. With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound.
Did she do that?
I hope you weren't planning on dying. We're going to make this last forever. Huh. I feel cold. I've never felt cold before.
Whoa. What? Okay. Huh? True to her word, you do not die by her hand. Something has taken her away. It's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Hey, the narrator's gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended?
Well, there's no world here, just the
The
mirror.
world didn't end. We're still here. Come
we're
on.
still here.
We just need to keep going.
Figures the world would end and leave us with all this nothing.
Figures the world would end and leave me with you three.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
What else are we gonna do? The mirror is never scared. I'm just gonna ignore it. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Okay.
I don't want to look at us.
I mean, we know we're not human. The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. I guess I can find my way to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Sure.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
That's awesome. How is she getting hotter? Let her go.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me.
What does that mean?
I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Well, I mean, we're incapable of feeling pain now. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
The same. What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me.
Yeah, a little bit.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
We are bigger than these bones. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
So you're new.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Yeah, I got that. Do you know about the other worlds?
I know only that they are.
I mean, that's clear. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Yeah, that's kind of how being in a solitary body works. I know you're not the princess. Are you what sent me to slay the princess?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Consciousness is a burden. Is this the end?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
This is not the world. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Okay. Why?
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
What?
Bring me more perspectives so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
That makes sense. How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Oh, that's so cool. What if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
That makes sense. I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
That makes sense, actually. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
This is wonderful. Let's do this again.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
That's up to her.
You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. And we start it over.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that
The
path,
real place Slay the
is a
Princess starts
cabin.
here.
And in the basement of that cabin,
No, you can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard. Okay. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Except that I know things that you don't.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those.
Nihilists don't want the world to end. That's not what that means. Alright, well, let's go.
You make your way up.
Alright, well, yeah. Alright, let's go.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather... The door to the basement...
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Okay.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
She knows I was coming.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Mm-hmm.
She's so coldly beautiful.
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
That's the idea. It wasn't a joke.
I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
Oh, now you want to talk.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Don't you dare.
You're not my boss.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster.
Fuck it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
You sound so annoyed.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Yeah, now break the chains and murder me. We need to get on with this. I had a long day.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Mm-hmm. I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. Well, you know, there's people out there that think you can end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
What she knows!
Is that why they threw
she
me down
doesn't know.
here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
If I was in your position, I wouldn't.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
She's quite, like, well coiffed for being down here a long time.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
I mean, I know, but, like, the narrator does not want to tell me anything. No, if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I am inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
You were a voice in my head.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Listen, I know if I let you out of here, you're gonna kill me. So I got a few more questions.
Fine. What do you want to know?
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
I see.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Okay, narrator. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Yeah, you say that.
Again, she offers no specifics.
Days,
no matter
eons.
how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Or you! Alright, how do I get you out of here? Do you know where Key is?
You can't. Don't bother.
Shut up.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
What, cut off your hand?
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Are you flirting with me? No, that's weird after she offers for me to cut off her hand. We talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Not really.
You know why you're here.
Shut up. Let's get you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
Shut up!
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Really? I'm not human, so...
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
There's nothing upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there's no key, do you have any ideas besides cutting your hand off?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free.
Yeah, that's not really a thing.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Oh, you bitches.
Is someone else here?
Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Well, that was rude.
Your
Knock,
shouts
knock.
and pleas are met with silence.
Yeah, I thought so.
I'll
Had to try.
repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Listen, bitch, you're trapped in here with me too.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
See, you'd think so.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
It really would.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I won't like what happens if I don't. Alright, let's get you out of here. Yeah.
Against your better
Jesus
judgment,
Christ.
you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh.
She seems okay with it.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
Yeah.
She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye.
Mm-hmm.
How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
After you.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
I knew it, bitch.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
He fucking took over?
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, Warner.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Yeah, me too.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
You're really not. Oh my god.
The blade. Move the blade.
Don't wanna.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
I'm trying.
I'll make this quick.
Thank you.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Just get on with this shit.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Yeah, see you in like 5 seconds.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
Bye.
This is the end, isn't it?
Not really.
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
I don't... The prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And you're here to slay her.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate
That's
of
not
the
my
world is
problem.
at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all.
And yet.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a
Skeptic.
word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Well, you're new.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Okay.
You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Yeah, I know, and you keep lying.
a warning before you go any further.
Skip.
She will lie.
No, I can't
she
skip.
will cheat.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Wink?
Did you just say wink out loud?
No, I didn't. Wink.
Oh my god.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
I'm ignoring all y'all.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
That's very different.
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Precariously.
The blade is your implement.
Alright, well. What about this mirror?
He definitely did not. Does a mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should.
There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror.
Starting to think the mirror is an eye.
There isn't.
I think you know what we have to do.
Oh yeah. I want to look at how beautiful I am. Like, why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a...
Well, I'm taking the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
No kidding.
This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
I think I'm a dragon.
But it was there a second ago.
And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
I like the skeptic. He talks sense. Which
The door
probably
to the
isn't good for my
basement
mental
creaks
health.
open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her voice, harsh but...
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
So she's shaped by whatever I do.
Does she remember us?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up
A
at
little
you,
overkill.
the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck?
Honestly, what's with the fourth one?
Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall?
Right?
Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
It's okay, I'm guessing that's for us. Oh,
What an
goddammit, now I'm
interesting
talking about us.
development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Hold on, I'm gonna move some things around here really quick. Just to make this a little bit better. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna sit down.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
You know, you're right.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Right? Alright, I'm gonna sit where I was told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
I love how the narrator just gets angrier and angrier.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I haven't really decided. What would you have me do?
Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
That's ominous.
Mm-hmm.
But she seems confident. Whatever it is she has planned, I think she knows what she's doing.
Oh, please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious. In case you need to hear a voice of reason, it would obviously be unwise to give away your only weapon.
I don't know, because you're the only one telling me to do this shit, and I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you. You're the one who keeps getting me killed.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
I like the voice of the skeptic. Much better than the voice of the stubborn.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
Been there, done that.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
The
You
pros
say
are
that.
that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
I think that's pretty much it. There's only one person I can trust here, and they're not a person. What did you mean by asking me about my intentions?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Well, you've only got... If you cut off one hand, then you wouldn't have a hand to cut off the other one.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Yeah, that too.
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
I mean, maybe.
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
No, I've seen her survive worse. Way
Unless
worse.
she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Really? The other chain. Who's it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
Tempting.
Maybe it'll fit.
Joke's on you, I'm into that.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Again, not my boss.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
The more you tell me not to do things, the more I want to do them, sir.
And why is that?
Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
How does it connect then, Mr.
And
Smarty
what?
Pants?
Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
That's... Damn, my wrist would go in there?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
But how do you not know? You sent me here!
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
I agree.
But what if he's telling the truth?
I don't care.
He isn't.
I am. Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
What? Can he tell the future?
Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Yeah, see, that's what I expected.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Ah. Well, that is a problem.
Excuse me?
Magic.
Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Yes, that was the point. Become your own
Yes.
jailer.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
I've got some ideas.
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
I'm not even sure we need to eat.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
For a skeptic, he's quite optimistic.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
Oh, don't agree with the narrator.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Is it? Did you know this was gonna happen?
No.
So, we're both stuck.
Yep.
No one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
That's rude.
Do you got any ideas?
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything.
I see the narrator's back now.
This is so boring.
This was expected.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent.
Man, it's sure inconvenient not having to pee, huh?
At least the world is safe.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
Listen, if you want to do something, you bring me the blade.
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
You don't even know how.
How exactly does that work?
It just does.
But
Your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
if time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
I really like the skeptic.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
I guess we don't need to eat or drink or pee or nothing. Hey, have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk, remember?
Do you want to have a big conversation then?
Still rude.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
Those look like roots.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
Oh, just don't question it.
She hasn't starved.
Like, clearly there's some kind of time or reality control going on.
I guess she hasn't.
She's been down here for a long time. Maybe it's the chains. Oh, it caved in.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass.
Okay, no, this would be a fate worse than death.
Until suddenly,
Oh,
there are no walls. And then-
suddenly? Did something rip the cabin away?
And?
It should have collapsed on top of us.
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
The narrator left?
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't have any control over that. Oop. Oh, and in she goes. Bye. I got you another one. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
No.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
You'll get used to it.
No, that can't be right. There has to be something more.
There's not really. I mean, there kind of is. You approach the mirror. This story is so twisty. I'm loving it so far. Like, it's absolutely... I kind of know what I'm doing, so... Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. It's just me. You've grown? What? You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
You look different. You look good.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
So you've also grown. What does it feel like?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Yeah, that's how aging works. When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was.
So, aging, yes, I get it.
I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed.
That's fair.
But in this moment, all I want is to know myself.
That's fair. You know, you've been really nice. I know you don't care, but thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
That matters for nothing. But thank you. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart.
Okay.
Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
I wasn't planning to. When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen,
Okay,
and to
thanks.
perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
That makes sense. Thank you. What do you want me to bring next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
Fair.
Do not worry. There are no wrong answers. And every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Okay. I don't want to hurt you. I don't think I can hurt you. But the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
There is a hurt that dwells in them, but they are not me.
Okay, that's
They
what
are
I thought.
thoughts and perspectives. They are feelings that inform my being. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before.
Okay. You
I
are made by
cannot
stories.
be as I was before. There are new spaces that I must fill.
Makes sense. Do you know how many more I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have given me enough to build a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective.
Yeah, but I don't know how much longer I can do this.
The task of finding my vessels is your burden to carry.
I understand. Alright. I'm ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
See you soon. Why did it sound like the mirror broke? So I brought
You're
her
on
the
a
prisoner.
path in the woods.
You know what? Bye.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
I don't think that matters. Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
When do I... Huh. Huh. I just realized that the hero is kind of like a moral voice, but very naive. And so far I've given her stubbornness and skepticism. I wonder if I can ever give her the hero.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Neither do you.
That's strange. It looks like this path
Ha ha
also
ha.
leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
I turn around and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
Yes.
It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me.
Yes.
I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
No. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into this.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail.
Yeah, they are.
Facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
Oh. Oh, bitch.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Not one for superstition or astrology, yet you're giving me cryptic omens. Get fucked. I'm gonna keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
I knew it. I knew it was the fucking cabin.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Well, that I didn't expect.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Maybe somebody should take away their copy and paste tool.
Wait, what's going on?
The narrator's being a dick.
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Now you're getting it.
You've doomed us all. You know that, right?
Yeah.
But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
Okay, now you're starting to understand me a little bit better.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Chapter 2, The Strangers. So I made it to Chapter 2 somehow.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin
looks like a wall.
is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Oh, you're a bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
It's not.
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Yes! My fucking... I met the brat.
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day.
Let's find out.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
Now we're fine.
The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude.
No!
Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
You are a pathetic little voice in the back of my mind. Those walls weren't here last time.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
They'd probably be doing the same thing that I'm doing. If I can't run away from the cabin, I'm just gonna stay in the woods forever.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
I didn't know you could talk to me here. Alright, alright.
A warning before you go any further.
Blah blah blah, she's gonna lie.
She will lie, she will cheat.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
stuck going in there. Maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Yes!
Let's keep an open mind. The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
Cool. There's starlight through the floor.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Its material devoid of feature.
It's fucking Euclidean. It's non-Euclidean.
Blade.
Fucking table is non-Euclidean.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
A lot better than you'd expect, actually.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
Except that you're lying.
You can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and
It's
to
not.
guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
Oh, this isn't fear.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together.
Excuse you?
Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
Getting my hair out of my face. Ugh. Face is itching really bad today. All because of my damn hair.
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
It's true.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind.
Wow.
Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
Go? Bitch, I live here.
What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
Alright, well.
Okay, I'm fine.
You're fine. You're not in charge, bitch.
Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Anyway. Mirror?
Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's definitely... There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
It doesn't matter.
But it does matter. Don't you care if we're being lied to? If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us?
A lot.
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no
and it's
mirror.
gone.
Why
What
would
the
I
hell?
lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time? But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
You're not gonna like what we see. Anyway, yeah.
You take the blade. Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that.
How else do you hold a knife
How are we
without...
supposed to hold it? The other way. Thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom.
No. That's how you get a knife taken away from you.
It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Listen, I'm trying. I can't help myself. Okay. Hold on, you can't even see this. There's no place to put a camera. I'm gonna hold the blade the way that the contrarian wants me to.
You switch your grip on the blade. Congratulations.
It changed the mouse. It changed the mouse cursor.
Yes! Isn't this so much better?
I tell you.
Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
You know what? Bye, knife. Whee!
Yes! Do it! Seriously.
Do it out the window.
You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it.
That was kind of the plan. Wait, why did both sides break and... What?
We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that.
Right.
I'm not so sure.
3 times
This
now.
place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon.
Nah, it wouldn't help.
What's done is done. Good luck, hero.
Let's go.
The door to the basement creaks
Oh.
open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
Neat. It's the world's worst twisty slime.
Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down.
Princess?
The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
Okay, you're the one who sent me here.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, A disquieting collage of tone and personality drags up the stairs.
Sorry, some broken my damn chair.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you.
Okay, hero.
Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
Yes.
We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success?
No.
There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
You know what? We're gonna take the soft stairs.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern you might slip or tumble or lose your way.
So just get on my ass and slide down.
But the further you go, the deeper you sink in.
Oh.
First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight.
Oh, I don't like that.
The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence.
That's not how what?
It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought.
Okay.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether.
I was not really tethered in the first place.
Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
That's pretty cool.
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
Who? That was cool.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Excuse you.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here.
Joke's on you, I have ADHD. I already don't know where I am.
And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Getting down here was weird. Like I was pulled apart and put back together. You know what happened?
I
Oh.
don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
I broke reality. Sorry.
We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time?
Not this.
Does it matter?
A little.
Yes, it matters. but I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it.
Yeah, you will. You can't help yourself.
It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it?
You're gonna complain about it anyway.
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
I don't even have the knife.
Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
I mean, I kind of want to. There's more of you now.
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best. I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
How many am I gifting to that other thing?
She fractures again.
I don't like where this is going.
I do.
Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start?
Yeah, there's a lot of her, and I can't defy gravity.
You could always start by retrieving the blade.
You go to retrieve the blade. It's upstairs and out the fucking window.
The one he made us throw out the window?
Yeah.
I wasn't the one who threw it.
It was your idea.
Oh, come on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us. Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions.
Listen, ladies, you're all pretty.
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her.
Yeah, I'm kind of okay with it.
It certainly looks that way, so please,
Fuck
for the
it,
love of
I'm
everything,
Polly.
stop
Let's go.
asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
Yes, that's the point, bitch. What's your name?
You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
I wouldn't. Really going through this coffee today.
Princess.
Princess.
It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it?
Do you not remember your own name?
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
Okay, narrator. Do you know why you're down here?
I don't know why I'm here, but there has to be a reason, right? You don't just lock a princess away in a place like this without a reason. I wish I knew what it was.
They lock up princesses for no reason all the fucking time. Where you been? Oh, right, the basement.
But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen, or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it.
How do you expect me to do that?
Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Hi.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers?
Why do you think I'm here?
Can't even follow what's going on anymore.
You're very simple.
We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
I'm loving it. Okay. If it let you out of here, what do you plan to do?
Are you looking for the truth? Or are you looking for the right answer? What do you want me to say? That I'd be a good person?
You raise a valid point. Also, we've already given you away.
I'm a prisoner here.
Oh, and
whether
you.
or not you shoved me down here, you're practically my captor at this point. Anything I'd say is tainted by that. Besides, you already know what I'm going to do.
I like you.
If you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
Like, that's the voice of the broken right there. That's the voice of the skeptic. This is the voice of the stubborn. So this one and this one are new to me.
Not a single real answer.
Those were all real answers. Were you listening?
At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction.
It's infuriating, isn't it?
No, I'm happy.
Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under?
The narrator.
Not exactly how I'd put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions just seems to make things worse.
I'm quite happy right now.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this.
There's already nothing in here but her.
But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it.
No!
Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand.
You chose me!
You're trying to do the right thing. There's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her.
Well, you won't let me stab the mirror.
Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
I am quite happy. Okay. Alright, well, apparently I can't choose one choice. They're all the same choice now. It selects all of them at the same time.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture.
Oh, I'm fracturing
The
now.
room spins, your perception
Used to this already.
multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Yeah, this is what you've been doing to me this whole time because you keep shoving more voices in my head.
You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
Oh, that's what's bothering you? Is that it's messy?
But this... We can't...
What did you think killing a princess would be like?
Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now.
You could use wits in the first place.
No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
I don't disagree.
Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all
We broke all of reality, yay!
falls apart. I think he's gone.
Yep, he's gone.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
No.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit.
You'll be fine. This was all supposed to happen.
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
No, that's indelible, I'm sorry.
We should help her. I think we did this.
Yes, we did. It'll be okay, just wait.
How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
They kinda don't.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
You'll be fine. It's gonna be okay. There you go. Where everything is possible, nothing is. We'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
No.
Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's gonna be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before. We always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Yes.
Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
I don't have a choice. There's nothing else here. See you on the other side.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
You don't have a choice.
You're not messing with us, right?
Of course you would ask. You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The decay you've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin. Imagine.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
Imagine the high fives.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
That is how existence works. What do you think of this vessel?
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart.
Good.
Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Yeah. No, I know. Can you give a straight answer? Like, I know what you're saying, but I don't know if that's on purpose.
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say.
Oh, I feel that.
If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
I'm gonna use that, thank you.
The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
Fair. So, you can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes.
Yeah, that's how reality works.
I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
This is the most fulfilling relationship I've ever had. How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Seriously, she's fucking me. It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
No. If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
I'd like that. Have you figured out what you want when we're finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, my awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of self-knowledge.
That makes sense. Do you still not care what I bring next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences. You have your responsibilities, and I have mine.
What are your responsibilities? You don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow.
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets.
You have choice.
My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to contemplate the gifts you bring me.
I understand. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah. Alright, I'm ready to go.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
I'll miss you. This is a fucking love story. I did not expect that. I know it said that it was a love story, but I honestly thought that was a joke. But like, every time I meet back up with her, I'm happy. And I feel fulfilled. It's really odd. But I really like her. And I really want to help. Okay, I brought her the stranger. I
You're
don't know how
on a
much is
path
left.
in the woods.
I need to take a quick break. I need to go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm having an interesting emotional reaction to this. Because I didn't expect to get such an emotional feeling from this. But like I expected that it was going to be a horror game, that I was going to be horrified of what's happening. Instead, yes, there are horrifying things happening by definition, but like I'm experiencing excitement every single time I get to meet the being at the end. I want to gift her the best that I can. And I want to see her again. And I want to help her grow and become more complex. Like, the narrator is some cruel liar. The princess is angry, as she should be. But, like, every time I deliver a new aspect of her to the thing, I'm excited. And I'm also delivering parts of myself as well. I'm not just me. I like every single time we look in the mirror, we get rid of the narrator and the other voices. And every single time, I'm giving her part of myself, and that's what makes a relationship. And like, I find that I'm fascinated by it, but I'm actually having an emotional reaction. And it's not an emotional reaction that a horror game would elicit. It's an emotional reaction that a love story would elicit. It told me that it was a love story, and it's turning true. And that's so fascinating. Okay, Alright, well, I'm just gonna go.
You make your way up the
I'm gonna see what happens. I'm just gonna do this.
The interior of the cabin. You take the blade from the door to the base. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you. Good.
I'm just gonna be
You're
quiet
still
this
listening
time,
to reason.
because I want to get back to the other being faster.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around you. Step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
There's feathers.
Oh, this is it, isn't it?
Ish?
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
No, I didn't.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face.
I mean, she's gonna get... she'll be fine.
But is it over? Really over?
I mean, of course not, that was too easy.
It's over. Don't get all worked up. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse?
But there was supposed...
I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
That's not where the heart is. In fact, I would have had to stab entirely through her sternum. Let's just get out of here.
Yes, exactly. it's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
I don't want it to be over.
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience.
That's not
But
what I
that day
wanted.
isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
That I know nothing about.
Only a world saved from certain doom
There
isn't
it is.
what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all.
Why is that a relief?
Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
You fucking pocket dimensioned me? That's bullshit. Let me out of here.
What's done is done. And there's no going back now. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Fucking pocketed me.
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
I'm happy with the boredom.
Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
I hope not. Do you have any idea how to get us the heck out of here?
I do. But you're probably not going to like it.
I doubt it.
The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
Well, I'd rather just step out the fucking door.
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
Be better than this.
He's right. It's the only way out.
Oh, don't you fucking do that. That is not words you fucking say.
Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
That is not okay. Like, pause for a second. Those are not words that you ever say, even jokingly. You don't include those in games. That's dangerous.
Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Okay. This is bothering me a lot. Because as a person who has had suicidal ideation before, this is not fun anymore. If I get back into the role, anything to get us out of this hell. Because this is hell.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate.
Listen, I've had this conversation with deities before, and you can fuck right off.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
Wow. The clothes are gone, too.
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
Oh, stop whining.
The end. Nice knowing you.
At least I get away from you. Oh, God damn it.
You're on a path in the woods, and you're here to slay.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't. If he doesn't remember what happened, then that's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again.
Ah.
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Alright, let's go.
A warning. Before she
Blah,
will
blah, blah,
lie,
she will lie.
Be a problem. The interior of the cabin is cold. The blade is your implant. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time.
Yeah, it does.
Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Alright, well, let's do this.
You take the blade from the table.
I'm just gonna ignore the mirror this time.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell.
I should get wallpaper for my room.
Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Somebody's sounding depressed.
The room below is silent.
Interesting.
Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
Oh, now who's confused, bitch nugget?
Okay. She's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor.
Hi down there.
Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
Love fucking with the narrator.
Ghost!
Oh god, you are the worst hero.
Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
I'd say I'm sorry, but I'm not.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you.
Well, she's enjoying her freedom.
Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
I don't think it'll take.
I see you brought that annoying knife again.
It's my job.
So, are you waiting for a chance to use it? Or are you here for something else?
Well, this isn't an eventuality I expected. Do you know why you came back?
How should I know? Why does anyone come back? Maybe I have unfinished business with you. Or maybe you have unfinished business with me.
I mean, I'm kind of confused. I was expecting something else.
All I know is there's a hole in my chest. Not the big obvious one that you put there. There's something older and deeper. A nagging reminder that I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, that makes sense. And where are you supposed to be?
Home.
And just where is home, I wonder?
I don't know where home is. I just know it isn't here. But I can feel it calling to me from someplace far away. Wherever I'm supposed to be, it's out there.
How specific.
Oh, shut up.
And how convenient for her. You see what she's doing, right? She's suggesting that the only way you can rid yourself of her would be to let her out, which, in case you haven't been listening, will spell the end of the entire
How am I supposed to let her out? She's not exactly stuck. Do you need me to bury your bones?
No. Those bones are just a body. They aren't me. Bury them. Smash them. It won't do a thing.
Okay.
But you can help me. This place won't let me leave. At least, not alone.
Ah.
I've tried. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here.
You're haunting the cabin.
Maybe we should just leave. If she can't get out on her own, then why do we have to do anything? We could probably walk out right now and everything would be fine. Hasn't got out and can't get out are two very different things.
That's very true. When the cabin deteriorates, she'll just...
It'd be dull anyway. It's more interesting if we make a choice.
Oh, 'cause you care.
But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride. After all, you own me.
Do I?
Absolutely not.
Oh, shut up.
Is she asking if she can possess us?
Sounds gay. I'm in.
She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her.
Listen, you trapped me in the fucking void. I don't care.
Would she be able to see us if we went along with it?
Interesting thought.
Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him.
Ooh.
I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly. You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
I think I will. Because I hate you. If I let you in, do I still get to be in control?
Sure. Why not?
That doesn't sound very reassuring. It could be the best way to trap her for good. Doesn't seem like it would be very easy to end the world from inside someone else's body.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
That is a very dangerous train of thought.
Do it.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being a pal, killer. I mean it.
You're welcome.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
Oh, I don't trust anything you say.
See you soon.
Bye.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul.
I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
Oh god, you are such a wimp.
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels heavy right now, but we still have to get out of here.
I'm trying.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
It's irritating.
So, it doesn't work like that for you?
Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor. Are they also supposed to be you?
Sadly, I can't leave them behind either.
Hey,
I'm not a shard of broken glass. I'm.
You kind of are.
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
Thank you.
I'm a voice? I'm me, is what I am.
And who the fuck are you?
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
I kind of care because you won't leave me alone.
You don't have to fight. We'll all be out of here soon.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
Honestly, I really wish you would all just shut up.
I'm clearly the same thing you are.
They're not listening to me. Do they not listen to you either?
They really don't.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him.
Who him?
You don't need to know what I am.
Yeah, you.
You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
Oh my god, you're the id.
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
Can you get rid of him? Because I fucking can't.
That's rude.
Yeah. Nobody likes you.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen.
Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
He's trying to fucking ignore her?
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
Oh, get him.
You don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that. You're starting to make things right.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
The fuck do you expect me to do? Well, we're leaving. I can't think straight, there's too much noise.
It's okay. We're almost out of here. Just take it one step at a time, and everything will be fine.
I like that she got in here and she's like, oh, this is what you deal with. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Everything won't be fine if you listen to her.
I know I shouldn't listen to you.
One way or another, this is all going to end. Wouldn't it be nice if he ends with it?
Honestly, he goes first.
Wouldn't that be nice? There's only one way to find out.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
God, my face is just itching so bad today. Ugh. Pulling off like all my makeup.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do.
Yeah, how? You've never explained how, bitch.
Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world?
That's actually a good point.
It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world.
More than you know.
Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world.
No, it really doesn't have to be somewhere.
I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn?
Oh my god. Do you see what I deal
Against
with?
the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door.
For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
Yeah, you've taken control of my body before.
Maybe the bossy one doesn't actually hate me. Maybe he even likes me. Or maybe he just knows that he's been in the wrong. Maybe he's trying to make amends too.
He doesn't. He's a bitch.
Not at all. I'll have you know that I do hate you, and I will continue to hate you for as long as I am able.
About a minute or two more.
It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate.
And whine.
And wine.
This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
No, I'm happy. I'm satisfied. We're leaving.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
We're so close. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we get out of here, I won't even care that you murdered me anymore.
That's also true.
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle, but you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will.
No, I think that's the narrator doing that.
Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up?
Yeah.
It's over. There's no use stalling. Let's see what happens next.
And
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it.
he said a bad word.
Then the door groans open. Collapse to the ground. You and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see... yes?
And he's gone.
Nothing. He's gone, and so is everything else.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose.
I'm glad to be rid of him for at least a minute.
But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world?
No, that happened when we came in the cabin.
We're still here. Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it?
Oh my
or
god.
have we never been part of the world?
If you're quite finished.
Okay, I've heard enough from these two. Let's see if I can pop out.
Alright. Pick up a passenger and take her to her destination. You feel a lightness in your chest as a pair of sunken eyes emerge from your body and stare at you.
You actually freed me, didn't you? I'm outside. Thanks for giving me a second chance, Philip.
I guess.
Dimension.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
Kinda. Bye. You don't get the chance to respawn, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Ignore him. You have to look.
I always have. The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. The remains you've unraveled. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
Yeah, I know. The narrator keeps us trapped.
Do you know what we'll find out there?
Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know, or do you want to tell me?
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me, short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
There's trees and stars, and there are people, I think. At least there's supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you think anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
That's actually comforting. What do you have thoughts? What are your thoughts on this vessel? It's not corporeal.
This one is vaporous. She is a dream for a life she could never have. But that longing has given her so much capacity for kindness. She will make for an understanding heart.
Okay.
Do not mourn her. She will finally be able to hold what she never knew.
Good. Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
No. The point of awakening is to find out.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Do the vessels have one?
No. Their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
I have no idea. He does. And when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
All right. Do you have any idea how many more vessels there are?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
If this is the last time, is there anything you'd like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
I'm ready to go.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
You're on a path.
I'm not happy about this anymore.
You make your way up the short path. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely. The door to the basement creaks open, her voice.
Hello?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all.
I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous?
Shut up.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be of threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
That is an issue.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
And you wouldn't like that, would you? Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
A lot, actually.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
Really?
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Okay. I'm gonna try and get you out of here. I don't think there's a world out there anymore, but I'm gonna try. Don't make me regret this.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you, and you won't. I promise.
You're making a huge mistake.
I'm ignoring you.
No, you're doing the right thing.
I'm not, but...
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to their large and heavy. Far too...
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
I'm afraid not.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm gonna check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. If not, maybe I can at least find something to help you break free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
It's not like you're going anywhere.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams
phew.
shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Yeah,
You
try
try
the door.
the door.
Alright, well,
You
sorry.
make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much
shut up.
easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah, imagine that.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
I don't know how that's supposed to happen.
She barely
Ooh.
hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
I won't like what happens if I do. I only have one option, and that's save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone. Her limb falls to the ground. She didn't so much as utter a sound. No, she did. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
The last time she did that, her wound wasn't bleeding.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Yeah. Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that.
Not
The stakes
again.
are too high. As the princess Wait, this isn't fair. Watch me.
What are you doing?
I don't like the narrator. Also, the blade has blood on it on the mouse cursor.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
I'm not trying to.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
No, you're not.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Blah, 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 blah.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Yeah, get on with it.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's adorable.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Oh.
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
What did you expect?
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
And you're coming with us.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
The damsel.
You're on a path, and you're here to slay her.
Alright.
A warning, she will lie. If only you knew what you did to us, you villain.
Voice of the smitten.
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love.
Oh my god.
Last time? What are you talking about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him. I do, but I also speak from the heart.
I do.
My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Oh god, this one is the worst.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
I ignore you most of all.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
I've also noticed that like the lines are always wiggly, except for the mirror. The mirror is the only thing that's real.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Like even the stars are moving, but not the mirror. I'm not taking the knife. Get fucked.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love.
Are you now?
Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning.
I'm with him. For once.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Oh, she's more fairy tale.
There's a
this
heavy
time.
chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
I'm really glad he doesn't speak for me.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Come back?
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero.
She said we came back.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. You've been here before, haven't you?
Oh, now you're with me.
That's right, villain, and you killed us.
It's true.
Well, she killed us.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
That's a matter of perspective.
Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Oh.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue?
Is she just sitting there grinning while we're just talking to ourselves?
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
Oh, shut up. I have to ask, did you end the world after you killed me back there?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Oh my god.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Oh my god, this one is taking forever. This one is torture.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
What? I'm just gonna remain silent. None of these. Okay, so the answers are no, I don't want the world to end. I have no feelings one way or the other. Or, honestly, the world sucks, people are a plague, and I hope you brought a slow and painful death. I'm just gonna remain silent.
The princess's eyes quiver as she waits for your response.
I didn't end the world?
She's like, did I? Didn't I?
I didn't end the world.
Oh my god.
She's clearly just saying what she thinks you want to hear.
Yeah, but she's not actually giving an answer, and I don't
Or
care.
she's innocent. How could a beauty like her be capable of ending the world? It's not rational.
I will end you. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
So it's just a direct loop? I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
Oh my god, I hate you too.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
Jesus Christ. That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
It would track.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
There's a lot of other yous.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
I think she goes to violence pretty well on her own, but we're just gonna rescue her. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
Oh my god.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
Oh my god.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Sure thing, monster who's not to be trusted.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
Because it worked so well last time.
I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Oh my god.
You wouldn't.
Yeah, he really would.
I would.
It wouldn't be the first time.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Okay. It just came off?
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
Okay, tone it down. Just lower the volume a little.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved.
There's no one out there anymore because the world is gone, you jackass.
Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
Are you... What? You know what you just said? What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world?
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world?
He never said that she wants to, he said that she will. It's probably not something that she's trying to do.
You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
No, I just doubt everything you say because you lie.
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
No thoughts, head empty. I want you to tell me what you want.
I just want to make you happy.
Oh god, her eyes are getting bigger.
She can't just want to make us happy.
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
That doesn't work! There must be something you want.
I just want to make you happy.
Oh no.
Is she broken? What's going on?
She's distorting.
What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
Never. Do you want to end the world?
Are you seriously asking her that?
Shh.
Oh, we've been over this one. No, I do not want to end the world.
Her voice is becoming more saccharine. You have to want something more than just making me happy.
Okay, I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy.
Oh no. You know, I just want to leave. We can figure this out later. If you want to leave, then let's leave.
That sounds perfect.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, phew. She's back to normal. Normal? What are you talking about? Our angel has always been like this. Absolutely flawless.
Okay. Several of us are delusion. Did I just really say several of us are delusional right now?
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
Where are the sparkles coming from?
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
You.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it.
Oh, he will.
I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
He's gonna keep doing that forever.
You and the princess walk up the stairs, hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
Well, somebody should.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
There's a window. Who's on the other side?
That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
No, because she can get through the door.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no
No,
match for
no.
the strength of true love.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
Oh, and I'm supposed to go along with everyone of your delusional voice.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Same. I think we can open this if we try together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Because you have super strength.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech.
And
And
The lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
I live to thwart this narrator.
I told you our love was insurmountable.
Insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs.
Oh, the knife's
and
there.
the blade, that's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
No, because you're telling me to. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Yes.
You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
This is what you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin. And then you step outside.
What? Wait, what? The cabin's here?
Our happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Oh, thank goodness. Bye.
Where did everything go?
Yeah, no, you'll get used to this.
Where did he go?
Oh, he's already gone.
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
You won't be for long.
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
So you know we have feathers. What body are we even in? There she goes. That's kind of sweet. You don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Is that a...
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
It should be.
Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
They always say preening. Like we are some kind of weird bird. The voices feel small and distant as you approach. silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. Nothing. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow. Just beyond the reflection, it's got a beak. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
You motherfucker. No! A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. And... what is... So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Not enough. Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Unfortunately. Others like you. You've said something like this before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Do you have anything to say for yourself, for all of this hubris?
I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks.
I'm aware, and if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
So you do know about the looping. So many times I met you and you denied it was even being a possibility. Why did you lie?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant.
Oh, so where?
For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really?
Me?
Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
The people out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice.
So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her and rid the world of death and suffering.
What? No, death and suffering define. If you made me, then what am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Death has a purpose. Death of the author, run out of questions. I'm not gonna slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god. A vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. I don't think so. She's beautiful.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I am the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
I'm afraid so.
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
If you were always going to become this, then what's the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to
Wait, what?
enlighten
Wait,
you,
wait.
then so be it. Your lover drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
But, what? I didn't...
But the stakes meant nothing to you.
You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
I won't engage with violence.
But violence has defined the flow of everything between us.
Doesn't mean it's what I
Do
am.
not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear.
A shiver passes through you as unseen fingers dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they don't return it. I offer you absolution, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was you to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me.
My masses mob you. There is no beginning to them, and there is no end.
And there is no
There is
end.
only the flood of
There
bodies.
is only the flood
In
of
every moment you hold
bodies.
every possible sensation
Every
at
moment
once,
you
and
hold
then you
every
hold them all
possible
again.
sensation at once,
Hold them all again.
and then you hold them all again. But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything. We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
This has always just been about us. Two people forced to hurt each other again and again. We don't have to hurt each other anymore.
You cling to your notion of pain is suffering. There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence, and it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
There can be love and conflict and beauty and ugliness between us without bringing the whole of reality into the picture.
We are the whole of reality.
Is a person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with?
No.
A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that fear it.
We're not the whole of reality. Why won't you see me the way I still see you? Why won't you see me for what I am?
I could ask you the same. There is only room for one of us to be blind here, and I know it to be you. We are each other's mirrors, and are we not divine?
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, the will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable.
Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
It's your truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Oh, no. Which one are you?
I'm all of them, I assume, in the same way that you're all of you.
Where's everyone else?
They're still where you left them, stuck in the folds of this place. Part of me is with them, just like part of me is with you right now. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Why? She's right. No.
Too bad. We're going. Now.
What?
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
A bit.
Do you need me to describe things?
Did anyone make this to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
If the offer still stands, could you describe the cabin to me? For old time's sake.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it.
No, it wasn't me.
And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Sounds about right. Good riddance.
Yeah. He really put us through hell, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. On purpose.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Unfortunately.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Yeah, all of 3 hours ago?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Now that sounds like a lie. gonna sit with her. I don't think I want to be a god.
Honestly, me neither.
Are you the same as you are out there?
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
What are we gonna do?
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So, make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
Would resetting it do anything to help them, the people out there? If you continue to exist, don't they continue to die and suffer? No, that's not the answer. Death and suffering is an integral, important part of life. If we're talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before?
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
Let's do this. I believe in us.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
See you soon.
Hey, I love you.
You're on a path in the woods, and you're here to slay her.
Did it really start over? You couldn't... That was hard. I did not expect to have such an emotional reaction. I really did fall in love with it. It's amazing. God damn. I did not expect that. Like, I came into this with this... How many times have you gone through it? I mean, I just beat it. That was, I think, the good ending? Can I see... The good ending doesn't count. Yeah, that was the good ending, and I'm probably not going to play this again, because I'm really satisfied with my experience. Just... That was such an experience. I don't even have words. That broke me. There are so many branches. Yeah, like... I know that there was so much more that I could have done, but like... I am immensely satisfied with what I just experienced. I'm really happy with that. It went in directions that I really did not expect. And I really like fell for the girl, like for the what does she call herself? The mound. This I really fell for her. And I felt like my choices really mattered. Like the first time I went through, I really felt like my choices didn't matter, and that annoyed me. That really annoyed the fuck out of me. And then when I found out why my choices didn't matter as much as I wanted them to, it felt like every choice mattered more. Like it was very much the illusion of choice, but it really felt like my choices were so important. And that it was so, though I expected a horror game with like joking about a love story, but no, that was a love story. That was incredible. I am completely satisfied. That was so good. I gotta call this a day, and I gotta go, I don't know, take a walk or something. That just changed me. Also, the demon was so hot. Like every time she just became more and more attractive. So I'm gonna call it here. Thank you all for watching. If you like what you saw, make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow on Twitch, follow on Blue Sky, join us on Discord. I am Amber Glowbug, and you have been amazing. And I'll see you later.